Hey guys, welcome to Yakety Mac. It's tournament time. My first season of kayak bass tournaments, and I couldn't be more excited. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while now. If you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll consider doing so. I really enjoy sharing this journey with you all as I try to learn this sport, and this really is it really is a great community, and I'd love to have you be a part of it. And if you also, if you're watching this, if you wouldn't mind, do me a solid and hit that thumbs up, that like button. That'd be really appreciated. So. This tournament is going to take place in Gulf Shores, Alabama at Shelby Lake. Shelby Lake is a 900-acre natural freshwater lake located inside of Gulf State Park. It's like a chain of lakes. I believe there's three that make up the entire body. What's really cool about this is that it is literally like a quarter of a mile as a seagull flies to the Gulf of Mexico. So to have natural fresh water that close is pretty awesome. And these are lakes that I don't have a lot of familiarity with. I have fished Middle Lake, which is there at the campground area. And so last week I went down and did some scouting and I caught this bad boy. Man, if I can get three of those, I'm going to have a pretty awesome day. But fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. Guys, it is 5:30 a.m. launch, 6 o'clock lines in. I can't wait. I'm getting the kayak already. Please join me. Follow along. We're going to go get after it. So I'm starting this morning with my favorite lure in the entire world, which is a Yo-Zuri pencil walker. This is bone color. I've got about 6 or 7 different flavors, if you will. Supposed to be some bluebird skies today. Hopefully the wind doesn't get crazy. We did have a front come through yesterday. Good morning, guys. It is lines in, have been about 45 minutes now. I've been throwing that topwater Yo-Zuri walker. I've not had any action on it whatsoever. I came to this spot this morning because when I have fished this lake here at the campground in October, I do pretty well in this area. I'm not sure if it's going to produce anything in the spring or not. I had absolutely nothing going on topwater, so I'm going to try my Texas rig worm, the old standby, although this one's a 5-inch. I've moved up, but it's still the Yumdinger 5-inch. I've moved up to a little beefier worm than the 4-inch that I typically use. I've also got another 7-inch worm tied on that's black with a red tail. I'm wondering if, being the spring, if red might be a productive color. And I've also got a lipless jointed crankbait tied on. Never thrown it before. It is also an H2OX Academy brand lure, so I'm going to also try that in some of these areas as well. We're looking at about 65 degrees water right here where I'm sitting, in about 2.5 feet. So I'm going to throw this Texas rig worm out there and see if it does any good. Let's see. Oh, I had a bite. Oh, I had a bite and I missed him. Doggone it. Got him. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God, that is heartbreaking. Oh my God, that is heartbreaking. Okay, guys, we're about 2.5 hours in. I'm getting ready to lose this shirt here. It's getting a bit warm. Man, about 30 minutes or so ago, I lost that bass as I was just getting ready to swing it into the boat. Looked like he was going to be somewhere around 13, 14 inches. What a heartbreaker. Roughly an hour into the tournament, I came across another guys that are in the tournament, and they hadn't had a bite yet, but that was nearly an hour and a half ago. So I don't know if other guys are doing well. Some of the guys went further up into what's called Little Lake. I am currently in Middle Lake. I noticed there were several guys heading in that direction. Maybe they know something I don't. I'm going to continue to work this bank over here where I just lost that fish. I like how it transitions from about 2 to 5 feet of water pretty quickly. I don't know what that means exactly, other than the fact that it gives them options, and so I'm going to try to hit those options. I'm going to keep at it, guys. All right, guys, it is 10 o'clock, and I ain't got squat. I thought when I got that bite and it jumped off at the boat, I thought, well, maybe I'm on to something. Maybe this is maybe that bank, pretty long bank, is holding some more fish. I couldn't get anything. I threw 2 different style of worms at it, so I'm gonna go back out of Middle Lake into Lake Shelby. When I scouted Shelby last week, I wasn't all that impressed. It is very shallow. But I read an article that said when winds really pick up, bass move shallow. So there's some structure and such over there, and probably a foot of water, maybe a little less. Then I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go see if anything's happening. Most of my counterparts are behind me, fishing Middle Lake and Little Lake. I'll probably have Shelby, 600 acres, all to myself. I don't know if it's the right move or not. It's not like it can hurt me, given I've got nothing. So I've got about a 15-minute pedal ahead of me to get to where I want to go. In the meantime, guys, I'm just gonna sit back, have a payday, and rethink life a little bit. Just kind of maybe rethink my strategy, hit the reset button. 4 hours to go. Let's see what happens. Truth be told, with me being a novice kayaker and a non-swimmer, I had no business staying out there when the conditions turned like that. They actually got worse when I finally decided to end it about 11:30. I kind of stowed a lot of stuff away, including my cameras, just in case I flipped on my way back to the ramp. It got worse on my way back to the boat ramp. Of course, I had to go into the wind. I was taking a ton of water over the bow as it was coming down on the waves, and my bottom half was soaked. It was a horrible second half of the day. I really enjoyed the first half of the day. Even though I wasn't catching fish, I was at least having fun. And I've got to get better at maybe changing up or mixing up what I throw. It just sometimes feels like I'm not giving a particular bait a real chance. And I'll give you an example. So there's a gentleman in the club, his name is Justin, and he has a YouTube channel as well, 8 Mile Drifter. And I'm going to link his channel in the description below because he just posted his video from this same tournament. He and I were fishing very close to one another in Middle Lake. I say very close. We're along the same bank area there in Middle Lake. He was down a little bit further. But we were both throwing top water. He was throwing a whirl pop, a little popper, as I was throwing a walker. But we were both throwing into the same sort of conditions, the grass and cuts going up into the grass and everything. I couldn't get anything, and he got several hits on top of the water. So
At the time that I put my top water away, about 45 minutes into the tournament, I just thought, okay, they're not hitting top water. Well, that's not true. He was getting hit on top water. So I don't know. It's baffling. I don't know if I just weren't on them, or maybe, he tends to work his lures a little slower than I do. So maybe it was that. I don't know what it is, guys, but it's a little frustrating. But I still had fun being out there and trying to compete. But from the payday on, it was absolutely horrible. That damn payday. That wind was, I had no business staying out as long as I did. It is what it is. Hey, look, we've got another tournament coming up here in 3 weeks. I've got to hit the reset button and prepare for that tournament. Get out and do some practicing. I've also got a couple more modifications coming on the kayak. I learned some things that I liked and didn't like as far as my setup goes in this past tournament. So I've got some things coming. I'm gonna share those with you guys. I'm gonna make some modifications again on the Old Town just to make it more efficient for me. So, guys, thank you for watching. I always appreciate you watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you're not, and share, please. And hey, look, remember, no matter what you've got going on, unless it's terrible conditions, always make sure you take some time to get outside and play.